The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-rhymed them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. It is definitely Wednesday. It's a hot crypto day. It's December 17th. We're rolling on through here today. We're going to talk about the markets. We're going to talk about the markets in general. We're going to talk about the big overall market, stock market, Fed, all that stuff. We're going to get into a lot of crypto stuff today. We're going to roll through this live stream real quick in about an hour. We're going to be on here for about an hour. So, let's get moving. Let's get after it, guys. I hope everybody is doing well on this day because it's rough out here. It's rough out here, y'all. It's not doing well. The markets aren't doing well. So just give me 1 second. I want to check something out real quick, and I get right. Hold on 1 second. So I just want to check something out real quick here. So got the hearts going on over there on TikTok. So yes, keep pushing them hearts on TikTok. Let them know that we're here. Let them know we're doing our thing. So yes, keep them moving. And we're going to get right into the markets here in a minute and just kind of setting something up real quick. So we will be rolling. We will be rolling through. What's up, Selmo? Ford is in the building. What's going on, dog? How are you? Ho, DG. Hodl, baby. That's what they keep telling me is hodl, baby. Hodl. I don't know about all that hodl, man. We won't get into a bunch of that. I don't know about all that hodl. I don't know about all that stuff, man. All thing I know about is making some money. And then what I do know about is you don't have money until it's in your bank account. It's different to be crypto and have it all sitting there in your portfolio and being absolutely putting that stuff in your bank account. So we got a lot moving, got a lot going on. I see a lot of people rolling in on TikTok. Keep smashing that like screen, y'all, because we need the likes back up. I was off for a little while, so it does take a little while to get back up into the old algorithm. So do like what's going on. See here. See who's over here on TikTok with me. TP, good morning. How are you over there on TikTok? Mr. Stress, good morning. How are you over there on TikTok? I see you guys rolling in. I'm going to try to get to as many comments as I possibly can as we roll on through here. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get in. Let's get after it, guys. Let's look at the markets. Let's see what's going on. Let's see where these markets are taking us today on this Wednesday. Got the Asian markets. They didn't trade well last night. Obviously, they didn't trade well. You can see the crypto market is down. So, the money wasn't flowing into the Asian market last night. So they're definitely down. Have the European market over here right now. They're not trading all that hot either. Not terrible, but not all that hot. Oh boy, Ken's there. Just dumping his profits, taking all his profits out of the market, killing the market right now. But European markets look like they might turn around this morning just a little bit. And then we're looking at the United States pre-markets right now. The United States pre-markets right now are looking absolutely good. So we'll see how they open. but the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow all look to be in the green and moving to a good morning. Here's the big one. Gold continues to run. Gold continues to run. Keltra, good morning, Keltra. Good morning, 007. How are you? Yeah, but everything continues to run, and gold is up there, which means people are going to risk off, right? People are taking their money and they're saying, "Hey, we're going to go risk off right now. We don't like where the markets are, don't like where we're headed, don't like where it looks like we're going, so we're going to go ahead and go risk off right now." And gold is absolutely pumping right now. Gold, silver, all of the precious metals are pumping. People are kind of running for safety a little bit, which makes sense, right? From where we are in the market. We had the United States jobs data come out yesterday. We had the highest unemployment since we had like way back in like the early 2020 times. Unemployment was extremely high. It was terrible. It was a terrible unemployment jobs report. So when we look at these things from a bigger perspective, Junior, what's going on, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? So when we look at these things from a true macro level, that unemployment data just does not look good for the market at all. Unemployment was absolutely terrible. It was a terrible report. People are losing their jobs left and right, going crazy. So I don't expect that to get any better going into the end of this year. Look at 2026 for that possibly to turn around. But unemployment is at a high right now. So the Fed's going to have to do something about that. We'll see if they continue to cut rates. Right now, it's not looking good for another rate cut. The odds are down. We'll see what happens. CPI comes out tomorrow. It's going to be kind of rough. I think the economy's in a worse situation than what people believe, and it's starting to come to light a little bit. So obviously, there's going to have to be a come to Jesus moment here in a minute, where people have to come to reality about kind of where we are in this economy, and this is kind of where we are, y'all. Unemployment data is high. I don't expect CPI to be that great. It is what it is, man. But we are where we are. We trade the markets that we're in. It sucks for a lot of people out there that are losing their jobs, because I see Junior over there on TikTok. What's up, Junior? Running both YouTube and TikTok. Love you, Junior. I do got to put Junior in as a mod over there on my TikTok channel as well. I'll take care of that here in a minute. But yo, what's up, Junior? What's up, my man? My man Heisinger over there on TikTok. And if you guys ain't following him, make sure you guys go follow him. Man, you're dropping positive stuff every single day over there. But mostly over there on TikTok. Keep tapping that like screen, guys. Just keep tapping. Got to get them likes up. Got to get us back in the old algorithm. After taking a week off, we fall out of the algorithm. Things happen. Love it. Wouldn't take the week back for nothing. But we got right here the stock futures rise after a shaky session yesterday. This has really had to do with the jobs report right here. Be ready for that CPI report to come out tomorrow as well. So definitely be ready for that. So yeah, we will see. We got NVIDIA over here at $177 right here. NVIDIA is performing well. AI, NVIDIA, nothing goes without NVIDIA. So obviously NVIDIA is the key. Tesla's doing pretty good too. Sitting over here right around $489 right now. Tesla's doing well. Google's absolutely smashing it with their AI innovations right now and what they're doing over there. So you look like all them tech stocks. They got beat up a little bit yesterday, but they have to cool off, right? They've been running pretty hot. They got to cool off. They got to come down a little bit. They got to, just kind of settle in. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now with the tech stocks. Just got to settle in right now, and that's cool. But people are definitely running for safety right now, as well as they should be. The economy's not in that great a shape. So overall, that's kind of where we are. The Asian markets, they didn't trade well last night. The European markets, they're kind of starting to roll around this morning. We'll kind of see where they go. The United States markets, the pre-markets look really good. we'll kind of see where they head as the morning goes on. You got gold definitely taking off right now, silver taking off right now, everything kind of taking off right now. So we'll kind of see where they go as the morning moves on. But as gold rolls on and gold gets higher and higher and higher, that should tell you something, right? That should tell you kind of where the market is heading and how it's going. So FYP, yeah, put us on that FYP page. Get them likes up, get them likes up, get them likes up. Let's go. Thank you for that, Junior, over there. So me just check on TikTok for a minute, see what's going on over here. Junior's tagging the FYP page. Thank you, Junior. Thank you. We got Jeffrey Burns over there on TikTok as well. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get that thing moving over there on TikTok, and let's get these likes up and keep smashing that screen. GG, my guy. Thanks, Junior. Thanks, my brother. Thanks, my brother. Let's go. Let's get these things moving, man. Let's get these likes moving. Let's get these things up. We'll get into the cryptocurrency market now, and we're gonna see kind of where we're headed. Right. Let's go. Where are we at here? Right here. Got the cryptocurrency market. Got Bitcoin currently sitting at $86,856. Going to get into some Bitcoin charts here in a minute. And we're really going to look at the chart, some things that we're watching on that chart over there that's important to the market in general, because we all know as Bitcoin moves, the rest of the cryptocurrency market moves. Ethereum sitting at $2,931 right now, kind of struggling a little bit, but we'll see where Bitcoin and Ethereum move today. I have my opinion on where they move. I'll give that to you guys in a minute. BNB sitting at $859 right now. And we got Solana sitting at 127. Got a Solana prediction as well for you guys today. I think we might we'll see. I'll show you on the chart. XRP sitting at $1.91 right now. Can't get back up to that $2 range, guys. XRP struggling right now to get back up to that $2 range. Got it. If they can't hold it, then we're gonna have a problem. Over there on TikTok. Do I like ACH? I do like ACH. I do like ACH. I think it's a good project. But it's going to be struggling right now. It's struggling right now. And it will continue to struggle until this market starts to turn around. But I do like ACH. I think it's a good project. DG's my guy. So yeah, thank you guys over there on TikTok. I'm trying to get to you guys' comments as fast as I can. But you know, why the bloodbath, Mr. Stress? Why the bloodbath? It's all due to it's really all due to the macro level, right? When you look at it, it's all due to the fact that the macro is not good, right? The economy is not good. The unemployment data is not good. The CPI data is not good. The job, the job report came out terrible. Rate cuts are in question right now. Where are they headed? All that stuff. So it's kind of one of them things where everything is kind of just up in the air a little bit. And the market's uncertain. And when the market is uncertain, then it goes back. TP, we're waiting for the price, whether we're waiting for the price to drop for XRP to buy. Yeah, I'm waiting for the price too. I think the price on XRP is going to come down. We'll get into that. I think that price is going to come down TP. I think you're probably looking at XRP probably settling in right around $1.88, somewhere in there. And if it can't hold $1.88, you're probably looking at $1.50. You're probably looking at $1.50, which is on the table. $1.50 for XRP is definitely on the table right now. Definitely on the table for XRP. There's a lot of things that are on the table right now. So we shall see. We shall see where it goes. My man Selmo says, the gingerbread, the gingerbread man, run as fast as you can. I'm not telling people to run, but I'm telling people to be careful, right? When you look at this thing, You have the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 25 right now. Altcoin season sitting at 18 out of 100. You have the market cap sitting at $2.95 trillion, which is absolutely terrible, guys. We were up to like right around 4.05 trillion at one point. So to see this thing sitting at 2.95 trillion is absolutely terrible. It's absolutely atrocious. Let's just be honest about the situation. Let's not try to sugarcoat it. It's just not good. But like I said, over there on TikTok, I see the likes starting to stop. Just keep tapping that screen, guys, for me. Please get them likes up and just keep tapping that screen as fast as you guys possibly can. I really appreciate you guys over there. Big supporters over there. So I really appreciate you guys over there. But this market cap sitting at $2.95 trillion. Let's make no doubt about it, guys. This market cap is freaking terrible. And nothing's moving in this market with this market cap right now. Nothing's moving. Look at the ETF outflows yesterday. $503 million right there just left the ETF market yesterday in a matter of one day. You had $503 million leaving the ETF market, which is not good because we know that the ETFs are what pumps up, are what keeps Bitcoin and Ethereum's price pumped up to where it is. And when that starts to leave the market, we're in a little bit of a trouble here to hold these prices where they are. We got the Bitcoin dominance sitting at 58.8% right now, which is why the market moves with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin holds 58.8% of that $2.9 trillion. Ethereum holds 12% of that, sitting right now at an even flat 12% dominance. That's just not enough when it comes to your altcoins moving. That Ethereum dominance has got to go up, and I don't see it going up anytime soon. Just given the fact that everybody was waiting for the Ethereum staking ETFs to come out, all the ETFs to switch over to the staking ETFs. That's been kicked back to 2026, which is why you see the dip in these ETFs. Heat, good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother. The gingerbread man. My man Heat's in the building. Heat, how are you holding up over there in Canada, brother? How you doing, man? It's cold over here. I know it's cold over there, man. Gotta get some, man. Bring the heat, Heat. Where's the heat, baby? Where's the heat? Let's go. Bring me some heat. I need some heat. We got the futures right now. You got the longs and shorts out there for the perpetual sitting at 700. $763.12 billion sitting out there for liquidations. Not too bad. I don't think that that's terrible. I don't think that you'll see the market makers really go to work on that little bit of futures volume sitting out there right now. So with that, we got to look at the market in general for where it is, and right now the market is kind of rough. Right? The market's kind of rough. So, let's see what's going on over here in TikTok. Let's see what people are saying. It's not good that y'all can't handle a little pullback. I can handle it. I mean, I can handle a little pullback, Pedro, because I've taken profits on the way up, so I can handle it. But I look at the market in general for where it is as a whole on a day. It's just too bad that a lot of other people can't look at the market for what it is on the daily and come to the realization that the market doesn't look good. And that's what we're saying here is we're keeping it 100, and we're looking at the market as it's not good, and the market's not good right now. These pullbacks are more than normal, guys. Yeah, these pullbacks, Pedro, are not necessarily healthy pullbacks for people who believe that we're in a definitely bull market. That's the problem is people try to you have to come to the realization that the bull market thesis that we're still in gets weaker and weaker every day. And it's okay if we go into a bear market. It's okay. people just have to know that you're in a bear market. You have to realize that you're in a bear market. You have to operate like you're in a bear market and not operate like you're still in a bull market. And that's the misconception that's going on right now is that people are saying it's bull market, it's bull market, it's bull market. Well, technically, eh, yeah, it is. And we'll get into some of the technicals in a minute. But reality says, maybe not, right? So it's it you know, alt season, uh, alt season. We had an alt season. It was in July, and it may not be the alt season that you wanted. It may not be the alt season that I wanted. It may not be the alt season that everybody was predicting, but we had an alt season. And Bitcoin over the past 3 years have been running. And when you look at it, it went from like 30K up to 126K. What more do you want, right? What more do you want? What more do you want out of Bitcoin? Right? So if the market ended right now and we went into a bear cycle, and you went back and you looked at it, could you be disappointed? In reality, could you be disappointed with what Bitcoin did? It ran from 30,000 up to 126,000. Can you, in reality, can we really say that it's it was a terrible run for Bitcoin? I'm saying probably not, right? Uh, I'm saying probably not. Junior, I'm gonna make you a mod over there on TikTok. I have to figure out how to do it on this screen, but I'll get it done. Um, so, you know, I mean, this is what we got to talk about, right? I'm not accepting requests right now for people to come up on TikTok because I'm streaming live on too many platforms. Saying it's a bull market, uh, while the monthly is bearish. Yeah, it's pure. It's pure hopium. It's pure hopium. I agree, and we'll get into that. Right. I think it is hopium, and we'll look at that in just a second here. So we got news here. Will Bitcoin's price bounce off the CPI data? I don't expect the CPI data to be great, so I don't. Obviously, that my opinion is that I don't think that the Bitcoin price will bounce off of the CPI data because I don't think the CPI data is going to be that great. I think I think this economy's got more problems in it than what people are realizing, than what people want to realize. And people talk about quantitative easing, and people talk about the fact that you look at it and people want to put Bitcoin on the 5 year cycle now, where it's on more of on business cycle and all that stuff and all that stuff. That's all people just kind of grasping at straws. In my opinion, people are kind of just grasping at straws, looking for a reason for Bitcoin to go up. When the reality is the charts are the charts. You have to look at the charts. The charts will tell you a story. If you look at the chart, there's nothing that's on the Bitcoin chart that says it's bullish, right? And there's nothing on any of these altcoin charts that actually says that we're bullish at this moment in time. And that's all we can trade at this moment in time. And there's nothing on these charts that say that they're bullish right now, right? I'm not here to scare anybody or make anybody sell their bags or anything like that. I'm just kind of saying to you, it we have to look at the charts and make the charts reality, right? Uh, People move the goalposts. People always move the goalposts. Uh, we went from we went from rate cuts being the biggest thing to quantitative easing being the biggest thing to now they want to put us on a 5 year business cycle to now we're looking at maybe Bitcoin doesn't have its cycle, maybe the halving cycle is no longer. no longer the big thing. It, the biggest thing is what the charts say. It doesn't matter whatever it is. Charts. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Uh, so when we look at it, it has to be what it is, right? The charts, the price is what the price is, right? The price is the price. You know, all this news can come out. People can say whatever they want. People can do whatever. The price is the price. The price is undeniable. So, people want to say, well, oh, you're not looking out far enough. Well, I don't need to look out far enough. The price is the price. If Bitcoin's at 86,000 right now, Bitcoin's worth 86,000. If XRP's at $1.91, XRP's worth $1.91. Doesn't matter what else is going on. It's worth what it's worth. H-bar's worth 11 cents. H-bar's worth. So it is what it is. Uh, so there was a report here I wanted to get back to because I do think that this is one of the bullish things that I think's coming, right? I think's coming. We'll see how it affects the market. Uh, Nasdaq wants to make trading 24 hours, right? And the only way that Nasdaq can make trading 24 hours, and they're really pushing for this, and they've been pushing for this for a little bit, is to put it on a blockchain, right? So this is really good for the real world tokenized assets when it comes to the stock market world, which is why you see Robinhood really trying to wrap stocks, tokenize stocks, do all that stuff because they want to be on this 24-hour trading schedule that Nasdaq is really pushing, right? This is bullish for crypto in general, but people have a misconception of what this means. People think that, oh my God, we're going to go to a 24-hour trading cycle. We're going to go to the blockchain, which means all of these companies have to buy the stocks and then they have to do this. No, they don't. Just stop it. No, they don't. That's not how that's going to go. What's going to happen is they're going to take the stocks that they have, they're going to wrap them into a tokenized standard, and they're going to put them on the blockchain, which just means that it's just a transfer of money from one place to another. That's all it means. It's not going to have a positive or a negative impact on any of your charts or any of your blockchains. The positive fact that it'll have on a blockchain is you'll see an uptick in value, right? But you're not going to see somebody like Ethereum, Arbitrum, or somebody like that go out and buy, or Robinhood or anybody else go out and buy a bunch of stocks just to wrap them up. They already own these things. They're just going to wrap them up in a tokenized format, and they're going to put them on a blockchain. That's all that's going to happen, guys. So anybody saying to you, "Oh my God, people are going to go out and buy, $1 million in Nvidia stock and wrap it up and put it on the blockchain and sell it," they're lying to you. They're fooling themselves. That's not how that happens. That's not what's going to get done. So, it is what it is. Got to come to reality of the situation. It's just like people are saying that the banks are going to use blockchain all over the place, and it's gonna boom your price. It's gonna make your price go way up, and blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, the banks already have what they need in order to run what they need on the blockchain, right? They already have it. They don't need to go buy it. They already have it. It's already sitting in their portfolios, and they're going to use stable coins, guys. They're not using Ethereum. They're not using the XRP token in general. They're going to use RLUSD. They're going to use USDC. They're going to use USDT. They're going to use their PayPal tokens. They're going to use whatever stable coin they choose to use is what they're going to use. So we gotta be realistic about the situation and kind of where we are, right? I think that's most important, right? That's what we gotta concentrate on. Is what's real and what's not, right? So and that's kind of where we are. So we shall see. Because if the banks were going to pump the price of any particular project, um, when it came to these ISO standards, they would have already pumped it. It would have already happened, right? So getting over here, let's look at the Bitcoin chart. And let's see what we got going on over here on the Bitcoin chart, and where I think we're headed here. So we're looking at the BTC chart here on the day. Let me get this thing back to where I want it here. Move this thing over, get this thing back to where I want it. Get you guys up and running here. So here was the channel. You guys can see it from the bottom here. Here was the channel that Bitcoin was flowing in before it lost that structure, right? People say, "Oh my God, Bitcoin didn't lose the structure yet." It lost the structure. It lost this channel, right? It lost this channel right here, which was the uptrend for Bitcoin, right? So for 3 years, this was the channel. I could pull this back on a month. We can review it, but we review it all the time. So there's really no sense pulling it back up, but we review it all the time. But this, believe you me, if I pull this back to the monthly, this is the monthly channel Bitcoin's been in since 2023. That was the upward trend. It has fallen out of that channel. And ever since, you can see that it's fallen out of that channel. We have been, here's your EMA ribbons right here. We have been on a constant downtrend, right? It's undoubtedly that is what happened, right? Nobody can argue with the fact that that is what the chart says happened, right? So here we are, right? And this was a key level right here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin right here was at 85,300, right? And it was coming out of this downward channel, and it broke out of this downward channel. Anybody who knows what this is kind of knows that this is kind of like a bear flag, right? Somewhat to a bear flag, right? And what we had to look at was what was going to happen when it broke out of this bear flag, right? What did this look like when it came out? And there was only two things that were going to happen. It was either going to go up or it was going to break out. It was going to break out, and if it broke out and it went up, it was going to probably hit 110. If it broke to the downside, we're going to come back here and we're going to retest where the low was when it went into this bear flag. And this is where I think we're headed, right? We're going to retest this level right here. We're going to retest this $85,000 level right here. I think and as you guys can see, as it broke out, it started to slide down, right? So we're gonna retest. It looks like we're gonna try to retest this $85,000 level right here on Bitcoin, which is okay, right? It's perfectly natural for a chart to break out of that flag, come down, retest the level, and before it makes a decision. And the decision that's made when it retests this $85,000 level right here is going to be extremely important for everybody, right? Because if it holds that level, it can hold this level right here and make its move maybe back up to around 90, 95,000 to 100, right? Possibility number one, it could do that depending on what it does when it hits this support line right here. And you can bring it back here, and this is support, right? This is once resistance, now needs to make support, right? So can it build support off of this line, right? And make its move back to the upside? If it can't hold that line, where are we headed? Well, looks like we're headed down into this area right here, which is around this 82,000 area, right? And you come back over here. This was once support. Can it hold this support line right here and continue to make its move to the upside? If not, where are we headed? Well, we're headed right here. 73,000. So if we make it to 73,000, guys, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. This could happen over the course of a couple months, right? If we make it to 72,000, 73, can we just all agree that the bear market's over? I mean, that the bull market's over. Can we all just say, yeah, that's the level right there. That's the level where we can honestly sit back and say, hey, maybe, just maybe, we have to stop listening to everybody that doesn't really know what the hell's going on out here, right? Can we just say that, right? Can we say, and can we honestly, can we say that Bitcoin's in a downtrend, right? Can we just agree? Can we just agree to that, right? Because this bear market versus bull market thesis has been out here way too long for my liking. Can we say that Bitcoin is in a downward trend? Let's just agree that that's happened, right? And can we say that it's at its crucial points right now? It's at its very decision-making points, right? And I'm going to further drill this point home by saying to you guys, we're going to look at the Ethereum chart, right? We're going to look at the Ethereum chart, right? Very similar to Bitcoin, right? It comes down. It's in this downward trend, since, I don't know, let's call it October, this middle of October sometime, right? It's been in a downward trend since the middle of October, right? That's what happened. That's not my opinion. That's what the chart says. It's not my opinion. It's sitting right here in front of your face, right? It's been in a constant downtrend. We're looking at the daily chart here. So each one of these candles represent a day. Here's around the middle of October. We've been in a downward trend since the middle of October, right? You can see the same pattern on Ethereum, right, that we've seen on Bitcoin, right? Make this bigger for everybody who has eye problems, right? So let's say right here, this was where Bitcoin was in the flag, and Ethereum kind of outperformed Bitcoin here in this little stretch. But where are we at now? We've broken this upward trend, and now we're in a straight downward trend again, right? We retested the EMAs. We couldn't break through the EMAs and sustain that, and we went right down into a downtrend, right? We went right back into a downtrend, right? Can we just agree that that's what happened, right? Let's just all look at the chart. Look at the chart right here and say, Danny, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's what happened. That's factual. That's not an opinion. I'll give you my opinion, but that's not an opinion. That's a fact. That's what happened. Right? So now we're in this constant downtrend, right? So here, where's Ethereum? Ethereum's got a chance right here at this level right here at 2,890, let's call it $2,895 to retest this support, right? Fact. If it doesn't, you got to come back here and test the low of where we started to break out of the down, right? Well, where's the low? $2,772, right? Got to test the low. Got to see if we can break out of the low. Fact, not opinion. Fact. If you know how to chart, that's a fact. Got to test that low, right? So Ethereum's also at a crucial point because Ethereum right here, we're going to pull this chart back. Well, if we look at it, if we say that Bitcoin's at a crucial level, look at all the support right here for Bitcoin. Well, where is that support at? 2,000, well, call it roughly 2,500 bucks, right? 2,500 bucks, right? So if Ethereum goes down to 2,500 bucks, can we officially just say that it's probably going to touch 2,000 if it can't hold that level? I mean, to further drive that point home on the daily, you have it being overbought right now. So let me just make this clear for everybody who may not understand what I'm talking about. Let's look at this just a little bit more detail. Ethereum's in a downtrend on a daily, and it's overbought. When projects are overbought, what happens? People start to sell off on them, and they have to become oversold in order for price to go up, right? So Ethereum's already in a downtrend sitting at $2,925. It's overbought, getting ready to make its move down. We can agree. Here it is on the screen. Not my opinion. That's fact. When things are overbought, they go where? To oversold, which means people sell them off, which means Ethereum's probably going to go down, right? Fact, not opinion, a fact. That's what's going to happen according to the chart. BTC, same situation. It's in a downtrend. I think we all can agree that it's in a downtrend. It's overbought right now, getting ready to get into that extremely overbought territory, which means it's going to do what? It's going to probably come down, right? So let's look at everybody else's favorite crypto, XRP. Where's XRP? XRP has been in a clear downtrend, right? Clear downtrend since when? I bet you this is October. October, middle of October. Oh, isn't that just a coincidence? A coincidence, right? It's been in a constant downtrend since October, right? Oh, here you go. It's right here. Not my opinion. It's fact, right? And it continues to be in a downtrend on a daily. And where is the indicators at? Overbought, getting ready to cross over, getting ready to start its way down to the oversold territory, sitting at $1.90. So when people talk to me about XRP, I say $1.88 on the table. Why do I say $1.88 on the table? Look at the situation it's in. It's in a downtrend. Doesn't show any signs of reversing out of that downtrend. A very easy way to see that is every time your EMA ribbons get here and they start to cross each other, what happens? Momentum starts to change. Momentum starts to change. Momentum starts to change. Momentum starts to change to the downside. To the downside, right? Do them ribbons look like they're anywhere near crossing? You make your own opinion. Do them things look like they're anywhere near reversing? Not my opinion. I'm asking you a question. Do them ribbons look like they're anywhere? Because they're not. They're not. $1.88 clearly on the table. Clearly on the table. So this is kind of where we are in the market, right? So now that we kind of like talked about where we are in the market, how do you treat it? What do you do? How do you move forward, right? Well, we have CPI data coming out tomorrow, which will be big for this markets, right? So I would suggest you don't make any big moves until that happens, right? Nope, we're going down. I think we're headed to the downside. I think I'll give you guys my opinion of the market right now, kind of where I think we're headed, right? I think when we're looking at BTC and we're looking at the chart and we're looking at it objectively, right? Not with any emotion. TikTok, you guys are messing me up over there. Got to keep tapping that like screen. When we look at these charts and we look at them with very little emotion, right? And we just look at them as being factual, right? What we have to say is Bitcoin has a realistic chance, right? A realistic chance of going down to $80,000, right? I believe stronger today than I did yesterday that Bitcoin will hit 80K. And I think at $80,000 is going to be a very big decision point for Bitcoin, right? And I think if Bitcoin can hold 80,000, I think that the market's going to be okay for a little while. I also believe that all-time highs in this run, and this is going to not be what a lot of people want to hear when it comes to their altcoins. I believe that the all-time high for all of these altcoins have already been set. They're already set, right? And because for Bitcoin to come down to 80,000 and rebound and break up above 126, you know how much money has flow into the market in order because Bitcoin's market cap is so big, Ethereum's market cap is so big, XRP's market cap is so big, Solana's XRP market cap is so big, HBAR's market cap is so big. Do you know how much money has to flow into this market in order for them guys to get back up to where they were? Just in order for Ethereum to get back up to 4K, sitting right here where it is right now, right around 29. Do you know the amount of capital that has to come into this market is just absolutely unreal when in order for that to happen? Well, let's go back and have a look. Oh, Danny, what are you talking about? You're crazy. Banks are going to be using crypto. It's going to be a massive liquidity injection. All of this stuff is about to happen, and we're going to get quantitative easing, and we're going to have a big, huge liquidity event, and crypto is going to miraculously just go back to all-time high next month. Miraculous. Just spring back to all-time high. $2.95 trillion. The current market cap is for Bitcoin. I mean, for the whole cryptocurrency market. Right? Let's remember back. Right? Let's just remember back to where this market was, all-time highs were set. If we can remember correct, and let's just remember correctly, this market cap was sitting right around $4.25 trillion when Bitcoin was running at its all-time high, Ethereum was running at its all-time high, and altcoins were running pretty damn high. So you're looking at roughly $1.5 trillion coming into this market for new all-time highs to be set. That's a lot of capital to come in. It's a lot of capital that we have to generate from somewhere, right? From somewhere we have to generate that capital. So think about that for a minute. So and then on top of that, you have the Japan. You have the Japan issue right now, right? They're going to raise interest rates. Every time Japan raises interest rates, and I think that's going to happen on Thursday. Every time Japan raises interest rates, the cryptocurrency market goes down. Go back and look at the history. So I say all that to say this. Operate very differently right now than you did last month, right? Operate very differently than you did last month, right? Let's take a look at Solana, right? You guys know I'm a big Solana fan. I love Solana. I think Solana is going to be a beast in this game. I think that their partnerships with Visa and the credit card companies and things like that, I think it's bigger than just a meme coin blockchain. I think Solana is going to be a beast. I think Solana is going to be a force to be reckoned with out here. And I think Solana is going to really make some gains, just not right now, right? So when we look at Solana, kind of where it's at, same thing, right? I mean, we can look at the charts, the same song, same dance. You're right there, right around October, middle of October. You started your downhill slide. There's no sign of coming out of that right now. Make it bigger here. There's no signs of coming out of that downhill slide. Solana's at a crucial level right now. You can see it's hanging on to this support line right here, right around $127.94, somewhere up in there. Pull this chart back, see where Solana could possibly go, right? So we're hanging on to this support line right here, right there where we currently are. If Solana can't hold that, right? Where is Solana headed? Well, according to the chart, Solana's probably going to play around in this 110 range, right? 110, somewhere up in there. It's going to probably play a role. It's got a little bit of hope right there. it's got a little bit of hope at about 118, right around 118. And then from there it's got a little bit of hope right around 110. So, but look at the situation Solana's in, right? Solana's in the same situation as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and any other token, XRP, that you want to pull up on the daily chart right now. It's in a descending channel, which means it's coming down, and it's overbought, right? Which means it has to what? It's got to cool off before it can make a run back up. So where does it cool off to? It's at 127 now. Look for a cool off point to be running right around 120, 118, somewhere up in there. And then it's got a decision. It's either going to bounce off of that and it's going to go up, or it's going to break that, come down probably to about 110. So I'll say this. This is why I've been preaching for months for everybody to have money on the side, right? To be able to buy this market as it goes down. I've been telling you guys for months that this was a possibility, right? This is one of the few channels that I listen to, over there on TikTok. Glenn's been saying the same thing. That I listen to that has been telling you guys the market's not performing the way that the market should be performing in a bull market. And if you go back, and I got receipts for this right around 110, I told you guys start taking profits. When Bitcoin got to 110, I said to you guys, it's time to start taking profit. I was on a couple panels, a couple lives on TikTok. I was on my lives here saying to you guys, it's time. We're starting to break structure starting to break down. I got receipts. Go back and watch my videos. I got receipts to say to you guys, the structure's breaking down. The structure's kind of not where it needs to be. You might want to start taking some profits out of the market. Whether you chose to do that or whether you didn't choose to do that, that's completely on you, them, or your investments. But you can't say DG didn't tell you. And I wasn't wavering back and forth on whether or not you should or you shouldn't. I said to you guys, I'm taking profits out of the market right now. The market doesn't look good. The structure doesn't look good. Nothing looks like it wants to move. It looks like we're headed to another side here. And everybody's, hold on, the structure. And why did I say that? Right? Let's just get back. Let's get back, baby. Let's get back. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at why I said that and why I believe everybody else out here is just taking haircuts for no reason. Right? Literally. So here's the monthly chart for Bitcoin, right? And I said right about let's get up in here. Right about up in here somewhere. Right about here. I said to you guys, I'm going to start taking profits right on this candle right here. And I remember the live stream. And I said, I was watching this. And I said, if you look back at this structure that's been in place since 2023, we've tested this support line right here. We've tested this resistance line right here on this channel. We started to break down here. We started, right? And this was in September. We started that breakdown. I started to pay attention. In October, I said, oh boy, when that closed, I said, oh boy, we could be in trouble. And I started right here on this candle right here. I remember the live stream to this day. Right here in November, when this November candle closed, I said, guys, I'm starting to take profit. Because the breakdown of this structure started right here. It started in September. You could see, just look at the chart. This is why I'm telling you, charts don't lie. Look at the chart. You could see that we had a great run since 2023. And you can see the breakdown of September. You can see the breakdown in October. November, we really broke down. Now we're working on this December candle, right? That is clearly outside of this channel. And you also see the EMA ribbon starting to curl, right? But forget the ribbons, forget everything else. What the candles themselves are telling you is that we're clearly in a downtrend and that we clearly broke structure right there. So anybody saying, see, you guys over there on TikTok are making me have to verify that I'm still here because you guys ain't liking the stream. Start hitting them like buttons, y'all. Start tapping that screen. Damn. All right, there we go. So start tapping that screen. Let me read some of these comments. Does it have 3 cents in it? Probably not right now. Probably not right now. Start tapping that screen, y'all. I'm just gonna try to catch up on a little bit here. 2026 super cycle. Far-fetched. Far-fetched. JL. Not sure. And define a super cycle. This is a term that's been thrown out here forever, but we've never seen a super cycle in crypto, and nobody can define what a super cycle is. What is a super cycle? What does that even mean? Because it's never happened. There's not a clear definition of what it is. What is it? What is a super cycle? Which indicators are you using? I am using right now. I use a variety of indicators. Actually, I use the EMA ribbons. I use the 2-pole oscillator. I use the 2-pole oscillator trending tool. I use a variety of them, but I found the 2-pole oscillator to be the most accurate. I've matched it up against other indicators, and I find it to be the most accurate. And what I really like about it is it'll tell you. Let me get back to a shorter time frame. When it gives you your buy sell signals, it will give you a stop loss if you're trading longs and shorts. It'll give you a stop loss, and it'll take it back down to the biggest liquidity level, right? It'll take it back down to the next support level, I should say. And it'll allow you to set your stop loss there, which also allows you to set your charts. You can literally go through them and set your charts, and that'll tell you kind of where a liquidity level is. So I really like that. But yeah, I mean, I've heard everybody say stuff about a super cycle, and I'm still waiting for people to tell me what a super cycle is, right? But nobody's able to define that, right? What is a super cycle? What does that mean? What does that look like? What does that mean? And I don't like hammer on the people who can't define it because it's never happened, right? It's never happened in crypto. So to define something that's never happened is hard, right? That's hard. So you know, everybody's just trying to figure it out as we go, right? but nobody can define what a super cycle is for you. Like, they try. I mean, it's good. They try. They try. I give them credit. Uh, but I'm not going to define what a super cycle is because it's never happened, right? It's so for me to sit up here and say, here's exactly what a super cycle looks like, I would be fooling myself, right? Because it's never happened. VIX low rides, 10, 10 top. Yeah, I mean the VIX is down. We'll see. A lot of these markets are going to depend on what happens tomorrow. Uh, they're going to depend on what happens tomorrow with CPI. And I'm telling you, I don't think that CPI is going to come in well. I don't think that's going to come in well. I think that CPI is going to have a problem tomorrow. So we shall see. But I don't know. Like it just kind of uh, people are out here out trying to define everything like super cycles and all this stuff. And I'm more of a person that just looks at the chart, right? And it says to you, here's what the chart says. That's it. You know, I mean, I'll give you a prime example. I shouldn't say XRP, Ripple itself got its banking license and the price went down. The price went down. But if you were looking at the chart, you could see that it was clearly in a downtrend. And you can see that it was clearly overbought at that level. So the price was going to go down, regardless of the news. Fixed bottom is 12 to 10 years. Everybody wants to match crypto up with something else. Crypto has its own cycle. Crypto cycle is crypto cycle, and we're in the cycle that we're in. And Bitcoin has done its thing. You know what I mean? Bitcoin's come from $30,000 all the way up to 126. What more do you want out of Bitcoin? Seriously, ask yourself that question. XRP has come from 50 cents to $3. Did it not perform well? Did it not perform well? Did, Seiko, my man, Seiko, what's up? Man, Seiko's in the building, man. What's going on, man? Long time no see. How you been, man? Uh, yeah. Some people better get ready for super recycle. I don't know, like people just throw terms out there that sound super cycle, extended bull run, super cycle. Uh, but when you say clarify that, what do you mean? What does that look like? People can't clarify it. Is an extended cycle a Bitcoin cycle that runs a month over what it was supposed to? Is that an extended cycle? Obviously, you could say, yeah, that's an extended cycle. I was right, right? That's an extended cycle, right? It ran a month over what it was supposed to. It extended itself a month, right? I just when I can tell you guys when the Ethereum ETFs, when the staking mechanism for them didn't go through in 2025 and they kicked it back to 2026, and then they took the Clarity Act and they kicked that back to 2026. The writing is on the wall there. You just have to be able to read the writing, right? They're not writing it in a foreign language for you. They're telling you that they're taking 2025, they're putting it in their bag and they're throwing it away. they've kicked everything back to 2026. Uh, here chilling in. Okay, I'm glad you're chilling, Seiko. Man, missed you, dog. Missed you, dog. You gotta get back in these live streams, man. Me and Selmo, and everybody else been bored, man. Where you at? We ain't had nobody to pick on. But yo, keep tapping them screens, y'all. Keep tapping them screens over there on TikTok, y'all. Let's get them likes up. But yeah, I mean, when we look at it, like that's the problem that a lot of people have, right? It's just but when you look at the situation, right, you could start to build your bags, and I've said this for a while. If you're starting to build your bags now, if you did what I told you, what I said that I was doing 2 months ago, when I started to call out the hey, we might be in trouble theory, and I'm starting to take profits, I'm starting to go into cash. Now you have the ability to start building your bags up a little bit, coming off of this big huge dip that we were in from 110 down to where we are. And one or two things are going to happen. Either you're going to start your DCA process into the next bear market, or if crypto decides to take off and go into this crazy super cycle that everybody's talking about, well, you've positioned yourself pretty well, right? So either way, you're starting to either build your bags for the next bear, which I believe that the next bear market is going to be very short. I think we're talking, 4 6 months of a bear cycle, and then boom, we're taking off again. I think there's a lot of catalysts out there that'll shorten the bear cycle, that'll shorten the bear cycle up. But you win either way, right? See me, and I trade with leverage, right? I trade with a lot of leverage. I'm a leverage trader. I love to leverage trade as well. So whether this market's going up or whether this market's going down is completely irrelevant to me. I can make money going up. I can make money going down, right? Because obviously we looked at the chart. We seen the chart. We looked at where things were going. We said, I identified to you guys certain areas where I specifically called this market on the downside. And there's people that'll say you're right. There's people that'll say you're wrong. I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to get on here and be like, "Yo, we're in a super cycle. I didn't call that one right. Here we are." Blah 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 blah. But I don't believe I'm gonna have to do that. Uh, they can't get these data centers. They can't get these data centers up. No, they can't get these data centers up fast enough for all of this AI and stuff that's going on Selma. They just can't. There's not enough power. We have a power issue. The world has a power issue when it comes to AI, when it comes to the new innovations and all this stuff. They just can't get it together and get these data centers up fast enough. And they don't have nobody in the world has enough power to run these things. Not the United States, not China, all that stuff. So they've got to start really pushing for more data centers, more power. So it is what it is. We shall see. Uh, Let me see who's typing one letters in my chat. Scam. I do gotta get some mods in here, so I can block people like you. So I can really block people like you. Scam. I give you my opinion, so I'm a scammer because you don't hear what you want to hear, right? That's cool. That's cool. Uh, you know, you must be one of the people that lost some money in cryptocurrency. You must be down, right? You must be down. You must have made some bad investments, right? You must have made some. bad investments, and now you come in people's chat and it's scam and stuff like that, right? So, you know, you must have lost a lot of money. You must have bought the top. You know, but the thing about it is, if you were hanging out with people like me, maybe you wouldn't have made a bad investment. A free. Maybe you wouldn't made a bad investment. And you wouldn't be in people's chat talking about scam because you wouldn't have bought the top, right? You maybe would have learned how to read a chart just a little bit so that maybe you could actually make a little bit of money. But it is what it is. Sometimes you are who you are, right? You know. But we love you anyways. Even though you have no idea what you're talking about, we love you anyways. Uh, Big time. I ain't big time. Obviously, he's not listening. Oh man, red, real, real. I mean, I'm listening. But yeah, but people buy the top and they get mad. You know what I mean? They get mad, and then they come on stream, and you know, they just don't get it. They just don't get it, y'all. But we are who we are, right? It is what it is, man. But all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here for the day. It's been a great stream, y'all. It's been a great stream, man. And love every single one of you guys, man. Always. Always yeah, you got people up in there talking, you buy the top, then all of a sudden you get mad, and then all of a sudden, blah, blah, man, it is what it is, man. Forget them, man. But we're gonna get out of here for the day, y'all, and be back at you guys on Friday. By Friday, we should have CPI data out. We should have all of that stuff out. We should see how the market's settling in. But right now, it looks like the whole market's going to take a little step back. Uh, Shout out to Henoch. Why we should, yeah, shout out to Henoch. What's going on with Enoch? What's up, Enoch? But yo, we're going to get out of here. We'll be back at it on Friday. We'll be doing our thing, man. Hopefully, the market starts to turn around a little bit. Hopefully, we get a little bit of a pump off something. But my suggestion is we see a little bit of a pump, and you see some of your altcoins in profit, take your profit. You know what I'm saying? Take your profit, because we are where we are in the market cycle, right? So take your profit. Don't leave your profit sitting on the table. At this point in the game, right? Uh, a lot of you guys should have been in profit. A lot of you guys should be taking profit. If you missed your profit taking strategy for a minute, then definitely on the next pump, start pulling some money out of the market, protecting yourself. Because remember, you don't have money until it's in your bank account, right? I've known a lot of people who have been crypto millionaires who have turned into, when they went to cash out, thousandaires. So make sure that you're taking your profit on every single pump. Don't wait. Don't just sit back and wait for the next pump or the next, whatever, the next dip, and then the next thing you know, you're in debt. I bought the top. I bought the top. I bought the red side. You bought the top. You bought the bottom. You bought everything in between. Yo, there's a couple of cryptos red that I'm out there, and I did the same thing. Red Sea. Oh, I bought the top. I bought the bottom. I bought the middle. I bought everything in between, man. And man, it's rough. it's rough when you're in them situations where you bought the top, you bought the bottom, you bought everything in between, and then you're looking for that next push, man, and when you don't get it, it gets kind of rough, man. But you know what, Red Sea, it happens. And here's the thing: if you invested in 10 cryptos and you won on 7 of them, then you should have won enough. You should have won enough. Uh, what's my view on XRP? XRP is going down to $100.88. And if XRP can't hold $1.88, it's going down to 150. If you didn't get the pump off of the Ripple banking news to pump you up above $2.50, then you got to take a look around. You mean long term? Long term, I think that Ripple is doing a lot of things that benefit Ripple, that may not benefit the XRP token holder. XRP is going to struggle to hold. If XRP ever gets to $10, it'll struggle to hold it long term. A lot of the banks themselves are starting to move to stable coins and stablecoin usage over cryptocurrency usage. RLUSD doesn't really benefit the XRP holder in the long run. I mean, yeah, even if they're using a ledger, you're burning XRP, but the burn of XRP is so minuscule that it doesn't even really register. And when you look at how banks are going to transact, people say there's millions and billions of transactions out there from the banking system, but banks don't transact per transaction. Banks consolidate all of their transactions at the end of the day and send one transaction. And based on how the XRP ledger is set up, it's not set up on a burn mechanism for the dollar amount that's transaction on the ledger that's transacted on the ledger. It sets up for it burns a certain amount per transaction. So it doesn't make a difference whether somebody transacts $1 on a ledger or somebody transacts $1 million on a ledger, still going to burn the same amount. So that's going to be a problem for XRP. I'm giving $5,000 to the first 5 people to message me. Get the hell out of here with that. I'm giving $5,000 to the first people that message me. Crap, get out of here. You can't even send me a gift first. You giving $5,000 away? Send me a gift. Get out of here. Nobody click on that shit. Nobody message that dude, man. I'm over here on Snapchat. I mean, on TikTok over here talking, man. Nobody message that. But all right, we up out of here. And we up out of here. We'll see you guys on Friday. I'm still buying. Still buy, sell more. We still buying. I buy Bitcoin every day. Every day I buy Bitcoin. My Bitcoin average, I buy every day I buy a little bit more. I'll never stop buying Bitcoin. Well, all right, guys, we up out of here. Peace, y'all. We gone, man. And see you guys on Friday. Bye.